It's Madden NFL 24, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. All that and more coming up next.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's an intra-division matchup in the AFC South, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. Brandon Gaudin joined, as always, by Charles Davis. CD, it's been a tough few years here in Houston. 4-4-3. Those are their win totals the last 3 seasons. But in is DeMeco Ryans as head coach. What do you think he brings to the table?
And it's interesting you brought up the number 3 because DeMeco Ryans is the 3rd head coach in 3 seasons for this team. What he brings to the table, he's the head coach of the Houston Texans, the team he played for.
Well, meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the rebuild under Doug Peterson is right on track. And listen, nobody's going to get wildly excited about 9-8, which they were last year. I get that. But when that comes on the heels of 3-14 and 1-15, certainly a step in the right direction.
And the biggest stride they can make this year is on defense. 28th against the pass last year. And just moving into the middle of the pack, that could buy up a couple more wins and put them in a great...
A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne. 4 yards.
Opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
In the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball, get to do some work afterwards.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
They'll try the left side with Etienne. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. They get
have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Lawrence on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator's scheme to pick up really nice yardage.
We're scoreless after 1. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion.
Back to the ground with Etienne. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground.
When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup.
It's just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. And it's caught. Touchdown. Evan Ingram. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit. And this late drive. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the second overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Stroud. Open man is Noah Brown. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 20. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stroud on 3rd down now. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Fielded at about the 28. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, replicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Lawrence. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now Lawrence. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown Jaguars. Calvin Ridley as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's...
And Ridley, who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. And the Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out. Just
now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Stroud's throw complete into the hands of Sham. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most.
Back for quarter number 3. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So here's the Texans to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time, maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Hey, check that.
On second down, here's Pierce. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far.
Down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, you want to make sure that on an opening drive that you at least stay out there for a while and get into the flow of the game. A 3-and-out.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever.
The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On second down, it's Stroud. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up.
19 tight.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
They were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, it's the Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there. You know the sideline gives you as a defender? An extra guy. You go from playing with 11 to playing with 12, and it worked out well for the defense there.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually running at the quarterback.
They go play action now. Lawrence looking downfield for Jones. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like. Here's 2nd and 10. Handoff running left is Etienne. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain. He can mash, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the counter, Etienne. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throwing, completing, quick to Calvin Ridley. Jaguars. Calvin Ridley with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
And definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Houston set to take over. Shoot for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us will result.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their course in this runaway contest.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Out comes Calvin Ridley. And past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. ETN once more. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line. They're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.